Greetings, Poke fans! Michael here. You've probably heard a lot about the latest YouTube drama about YouTube demonetizing videos because they are not advertiser friendly, and a lot of the videos that have been demonetized are about controversial topics. Well, guess what inspired this video? Let's hope it doesn't get demonetized. In general, Pokemon is a franchise that unites us. We can all come together to trade, battle, and just enjoy these monsters we love to capture and train. However, like most aspects of pop culture or fandoms, there are some pieces of Pokemon that have caused some pretty heated disagreements and arguments. I was thinking about this a little while ago, so today I thought it'd be fun to count down the top 5 most controversial Pokemon. Before I get into this list, I need to explain just exactly how I evaluated all these Pokemon. The definition of controversial is giving rise or likely to give rise to public disagreement. So that's pretty much what I use to look at these Pokemon. If a Pokemon causes or has caused a lot of disagreements and arguments, I'm considering it controversial, no matter what aspect of the Pokemon caused the disagreements. With these 5 Pokemon, I tried my best to find a large variety of reasons for why these Pokemon are controversial. So some might be controversial because they deal with pretty universally controversial topics, but others might be controversial just among members of the Pokemon fandom alone. So be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, and without further ado, here are the top 5 Pokemon that I think are the most controversial. Number 5. Pikachu. Pikachu is without contest the most well-known and recognizable Pokemon, which is unsurprising since it is the franchise mascot after all. However, Pikachu's popularity and prevalence is a big contributor as to why it ends up being controversial and causing a lot of disagreements. One thing I've seen happen is that if someone doesn't know the Pokemon franchise very well, their default favorite Pokemon is Pikachu. While this doesn't bother me a whole lot, I have seen some people get very agitated by this. Another thing that I've seen happen is internet witch hunts for people who say that they don't like Pikachu. On more than one occasion and in more than one location, I've seen someone express their dislike for Pikachu, and they are subsequently attacked with comment replies saying some very not nice things. Pikachu's position as the franchise mascot is what makes it cause so many disagreements, but I do believe that any Pokemon that was in its position would do the same thing. Number 4. Lopunny. Lopunny is controversial mainly due to its design, concept, and origin. Pokemon is a franchise that's supposed to be family friendly, but Lopunny pushes those boundaries a bit. Here, let me just read you its design, concept, origin paragraph from Bulbapedia. Lopunny appears to be a caricature of a Playboy bunny or other bunny girls as seen in popular culture. The bunny girl costumes of Playboy fame are still quite popular in Japanese adult media, which might explain Lopunny's coquettish, it's a fancy word for flirtatious, I had to look it up, cry and girlish figure. It is also likely based on a lop rabbit. Well, that part's obvious. It is also designed after a woman, possibly a fashion model, wearing woman's fur or a faux fur-cuffed gloves and boots. The fact that Lopunny is based on adult concepts makes it fairly controversial. I'm certain that there are parents out there somewhere who noticed Lopunny and were not happy about it. But that's not the only aspect of Lopunny that makes it controversial. The fact that Lopunny is supposed to be an animal that obeys commands, yet is designed to be like an attractive, flirtatious woman can definitely be cause for criticism. Lola Bunny from Space Jam is a similar attractively designed cartoon humanoid bunny, but she's supposed to be more like an independent person, where Lopunny is supposed to be more like an animal, which makes the attempts to make Lopunny sexier a lot more controversial. There are other Pokemon out there that are designed after humans, but in their regular base form, none of them are sexualized to the degree that Lopunny is. Number 3. Charizard. Charizard is on this list because it seems to have a love-hate relationship with the fandom as a whole. Charizard is one of the most popular and well-liked Pokemon, and like Pikachu is also very well known. I can attest to this since I personally love Charizard a lot and think it's really well designed. But Charizard's popularity has led to many people growing tired of it. Lots of people complain that Charizard has gotten way too much special treatment over the other starters and Pokemon as a whole. It was part of the Pokemon Trainer Fighter in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but then in the latest Smash, they ditched Ivysaur and Squirtle and made Charizard its own fighter. It's in the anime constantly, with Ash's, Red's, and Elaine's being featured on a regular basis. But the special treatment that pissed the most amount of people off was the fact that Charizard got 2 Mega Evolutions. Getting 2 Mega Evolutions isn't some grave sin since Mewtwo got 2 as well. but the fact that Charizard got 2 when Venusaur and Blastoise only got 1 each really is playing favorites. Charizard is controversial because it's both loved and hated by large portions of the fandom, and while I'm personally in the love camp, I can't deny that this Pokemon has received some excessive special treatment that has caused a lot of disagreements, especially in the comments section of my top 5 worst starters video. Number 2. Jinx. This is something you may have heard of before, but in case you haven't, I'll explain to you the racist Jinx scandal. After the episode Holiday Hijinks aired, there was a controversy about Jinx supposedly being racist. People claim that its design with the black face and large lips promoted negative racial stereotypes of black people, and others said that its design was a reference to blackface, an offensive performance makeup style from many years ago. These allegations prompted Nintendo to take pretty drastic action. They edited Jinx's coloring, changing its skin from black and blue to purple, and any episodes where Jinx appeared were either edited or completely banned from airing. Nowadays, most evidence points to Jinx being based on the Yama-uba, a figure from Japanese folklore. But even though it's virtually guaranteed that Jinx was not intentionally designed to be racist, it still inadvertently caused the largest public controversy Pokemon has ever seen, and hopefully we don't see anything worse in the future. Number 1. Rotomwash. Rotomwash is number 1 on this list because of the intense controversy it causes within the Pokemon fandom, not outside of it. One big controversy about Rotomwash and Rotom's other forms is its design. There are lots of people out there that bash the fact that Rotomwash is based on a washing machine. Those who disagree rebut with the fact that Rotom's main gimmick is that it possesses electronics, so Rotom itself isn't a washing machine, that's just what it's possessing. Gen 1ers often say that Pokemon is running out of ideas or that the newer Pokemon suck, citing Rotomwash as a common example, along with Vanillix and Garbodor. I've seen this argument go down on multiple occasions, but this isn't the only argument about Rotomwash that I've seen happen. Another controversy that Rotomwash is often involved in is that of competitive battling. For a long time, competitive battling has been a topic of debate within the Pokemon community. Those who oppose it criticize and make fun of its calculations, and they say that breeding for the perfect Pokemon ruins the spirit of the game, where you just find a Pokemon you like and then train it up and battle with it. Those who are in favor of competitive battling praise its more advanced strategies and say that if you want to compete, you have to have the perfect Pokemon. Rotomwash is often the infamous face of this debate. Rotomwash is objectively good in competitive battling, that's something you cannot argue, but one of the main criticisms of competitive battling is that people no longer use Pokemon that they actually like, instead only using Pokemon that they think are good. Rotomwash is a prime example of this, since it's widely used in competitive battling, but not that many people actually like it for its design. Those who use it defend its competitive battling talent, but then others say that they should just use their favorites, like Karen said. Then they reply that their favorites aren't any good, and then they say that maybe the battler just isn't good, and on it goes until it's a big mess. In my opinion, Rotomwash has caused the most amount of arguments between Pokemon fans out of any other Pokemon, simply by being a really strong washing machine. Who knew? So there we have it. Those are the top 5 Pokemon that I think are the most controversial. They're all controversial for somewhat different ways, but all of them have definitely caused some pretty substantial disagreements one way or another. What did you think of this video? Do you agree with my list? What are some other Pokemon you think are controversial? Let me know in the comments below! And if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, you should definitely subscribe for more fun Pokemon content of all kinds. Alright, that's all I have for now, so until next time, Poke fans. Gotta catch them all!
Everybody wants to get down.